Hello. Wow, so what did you guys do to cancel the ventilation in here, huh?
Mike, has Skylar Thompson earned a spot on your team?
Yeah, I think Skylar did a great job tonight. I think in terms of, we have a lot of information to take in. I'm not in any position to name 53-man rosters or backup quarterbacks or anything. I thought that he was competitive and it was made some plays, and kind of got us going tonight.
What's the growth that you've seen from him over the course of the past 2 seasons?
So with Skylar, he got the opportunity to play early in his career, and I thought as a rookie, he demonstrated some aggressiveness and ability to make plays in this league, and then it's been about since then training his craft, really owning the quarterback position within the offense, and I thought this preseason he's exhibited growth in what that means. That means you are the leader of the unit, that you have to orchestrate play calls, decision making, all of those things. And I thought he took a good step forward tonight. Oh, aggressiveness. He played as though the game was slow to him. It slowed down and was able to get in some space. And I think we hadn't gotten the chance to see his something that we saw in college from him that he put on display tonight, which is his balance and his ability to break tackles and get edges of defenders. So it was cool for him. It was a definitely big spark for us, and was happy to see him really own the moment. And he's a football player, and I could tell pregame he was ready to go by him saying it's time. So. I think that's something that I've been specifically with this past joint practice, and kind of counterbalancing the work that we did a year ago against Atlanta versus what we did this year. I've been very happy with their technical development. Really, both groups have had a ton of development. There's more depth than I think people really appreciate, and there's a lot of technical growth, which is huge in both phases or on both sides of the ball for what we do. We ask guys to be technicians and to commit to certain techniques that other players are depending on and trying to play off of. So, I thought it's been a really good training camp for both of those units, specifically interior.
Are you confident going into next Tuesday without making any moves at those positions? If this is the group, would you be confident going forward with it?
I'm very happy with this group. But we're all, those are things that Chris and I will talk about across the board, just because we're always open-minded to what makes the Dolphins the best. So you're not. I'm way far away from even knowing what the 53 will look like in terms of you have to watch the tape and sit down with all your coaching staff and Chris and his department and iron those things out, because there's a lot of tough competitions. But we'll be like we are every year, trying to see if things make sense. Sometimes you have discussions that don't go through. Sometimes you have no discussions, It just depends on how the overall complexion and getting some of the health back from these guys that played tonight, and assessing all of that.
How would you assess Mike White?
Yeah, I thought there was some. He faced some challenging situations. I thought there was some. He did a good job getting the team in and out of the huddle and played clean in that way. I think there was some opportunities. I'll have to look at tape that that he was in there with against their starters and competed and did some things that I was happy with that we've been emphasizing. But before being able to say the extent to which both guys completely played, I'll have to watch the tape first.
So is it Common and Nick Morris? Are either one serious or long term?
I would say at this point, what I do know, it's not longer than week to week, but it could be more expeditious. They're just a little recent.
What's the outlook of John Holland? We haven't seen him in practice for a while.
He had a good, really good workout today, and that he was excited about. I would say it would be about day to day at this point now.
How confident are you that Aaron Brewer will be ready in 2 weeks? And if I get 2 for 1, did Liam get the night tonight because he's secured starting spot in the interior line?
Aaron Brewer, nothing's really changed with that. Feel pretty good about it, but don't know concrete. I think that's why it was important tonight. For us to, we feel really good about where Rob Jones and Lester Cotton had been at, and they just tried to get him some game experience, and really that was an earned opportunity to be in a jersey and not pads by Liam. It was more of a reaction to what he's been doing day in, day out, and he's probably had as good of a camp as anybody, and really put together some good practices.
I wanted to ask you about Benito Jones. We haven't seen him in 3 weeks. Physically speaking, is he going to be healthy enough to begin the season on the active roster?
It's hard to forecast week one for a lot of the guys, specifically because in the last couple days, such major focus goes to all these huge opportunities for a lot of guys. So as of right now, I'm not nervous about it at all. It is, but I think I also need to sit down and kind of wrap my head around some of those guys, including Benito, because it's just so important to me to really invest in, and be 100% present with the guys that are completing our roster. This is a really cool game for me in terms of watching some of these guys compete and get a good amount of tape out there, so for us to really digest, and for all the other 31 teams to digest. So they'll all have information coming on a lot of those guys here soon. No, yeah, just talking to him on the field, he felt like it wasn't serious. Him talking to me, he's not a doctor. We have to get imaging and stuff, but he seemed like there's just no reason to go ahead and stress a guy that just got a ding. So we'll be evaluating that here shortly.
With Channing Tindall leading the team with 11 tackles, where have you seen the biggest areas of growth?
Man, what a cool game for Channing. So much growth. This is his third year and third defensive system, so you're always nervous about that when you sign up for it. And he's really, I can't say enough about the job that both Joe Barry have done, and Anthony Weaver, just in general, with the position. I feel like that's a position of strength. And a case in point, I think that Channing Tindall, I don't know this to be fact, but I think that would be his high of preseason tackles. And I think that's just another example of the good stuff that we got going on the defensive side of the ball.
Are you hopeful that Odell Beckham Jr. will be able to practice before the season?
Yeah, and I'm hopeful about a lot of things. Again, I'm not like nervous about it, but you hope, but you have to listen to people's bodies and be very communicative. I know he's feeling very optimistic about how things are developing, but you just take it one day at a time. And like I said before, I'm not in a position of nervousness because of the way that he's been involved. He's found a way to be a leader of sorts without playing. That's tough to do, but his mindset's right, and so I feel good about that. Well, Jalen Ramsey was able to get some reps this week, the practice before the joint practice, and so I feel very good about that. We didn't practice him in the joint practice because coming off an injury, I just know too much about my personnel. He's already a competitor, and thankfully he's such a good teammate and such a good leader that when he goes against our offense, he's he manages his competitiveness as much as one can. He himself knows that another colored jersey goes against him. He might step out of the comfort zone. So I feel with getting him some reps, I feel pretty good about him, and he's done a good job, and no concerns with him. Yeah, I think it was important to me to, I was trying to get better at things, and this is my third year, and we haven't ever gone through that exercise. And, bottom line is, it's still too soon for my memory from the COVID years, so you just don't want to, you want to be responsible to the organization. And then as far as John Embry, the coach, it was also really cool to give him that opportunity that I think he's overly deserving of. This is a guy that our team really responds to. He had applause when I notified the team, and spoke to the team in several instances since then. And their response to him is all the reason that he was deserving of the opportunity. He's a great leader of men and does very well in those positions, and he's had that experience before at the University of Colorado. So it was a good opportunity for our team and a great opportunity for him. Thanks.
Hey, it's hot everywhere right now.